Hi, I'm Janisa Ashley. I am the mom and creator behind Ashwood Urban Homestead. We're located, as I touched on before, about 35 to 45 minutes southeast of Houston, um, outside of a fairly small urban town compared to Houston. Just outside of Baytown, Texas, and I'm really excited to kind of take you guys outside and on a tour of what little bit of garden we have. We're in the city, so we have some pretty strict rules that we have to follow. We're not in an HOA, so we don't have people to control our every move, but we still have a pretty strict city that tells us, like, hey, you can't use tires to garden in, you can't use these things, it has to look nice, it has to be a certain color. You can't just plow up your ground and use it. We're on 0.68 of an acre, so it's not quite a full acre. It's not even 3/4 of an acre. And so we have some unique challenges to face. It's clay soil, it's hot, it's humid. This year, the seasons have been totally unpredictable. So after we had this major freeze this winter, and literally it set us back quite a bit. We had our toilet bowl, all the pipes actually exploded because the water froze. It got down to 9 degrees inside of our home. It was really crazy. And it just really ran home for me, like, hey, modern technology is amazing. I really love it. I'll use it whenever possible. But it's just not always possible to use, and it's not always reliable. So it's really important for me to have other sources. Now, like I said, our weather is completely unpredictable, so I'm not able to take you around the yard today because it's just rainy or 80 degrees and rainy or blistering hot or suddenly 50 degrees again here, which has really caused our plants to completely struggle this year. They have brown spots and yellow spots. They're struggling to make it work. So as I've touched on before, we're a pretty substantial family compared to other families around here. We have 4 children. We have Larry, Charlie, Sam, and Alexa, and they are 10, 7, soon to be 6 next week, and 4. And so this is not a channel for people that completely know everything about gardening. We welcome you. We invite you to leave comments, tell us how we're doing, tell us what you'd like to see, give us advice. We're always looking for new advice. But this is definitely a channel for people who just want to experiment and may not have the time, the money, the resources, the patience. There are a number of things. Now, I'm just going to be really honest. As you can tell, I have my hair up. It's falling everywhere. I've been cleaning the bathroom and up after my kids and our 2 basset hounds all day, and I feel like I haven't gotten anywhere. And so this is not going to be a channel where I pretend to be well put together. I have my hair done and makeup maybe on Sunday because I go to church most Sundays, and I like to look a little put together for God, but I'm a mess. My clothes are a mess, my hair's a mess, our lives are a mess. We're currently rebuilding a marriage and remodeling a home, and there's just a lot going on for us. So if you want to see beautiful homesteading, I don't have that. But what I do have is a piece of property that I'm putting my soul into along with the help of my family, and you will see bloodshed and tears shed and hopefully not cursing. We'll have to mute that out because there is a lot of stress. And it's going to be a mess. My kids are going to come in, they're going to interrupt us, they're going to be loud, they're going to ask a million questions that I don't have the answer to. I wish I did, I don't. It's just, we're messy, we're loud, we're messy, we're imperfect, but we fit perfectly together, and we've really learned a lot. So I really hope that you can learn from us and just kind of see what we're all about. So with all that being said, today I kind of want to touch on something that may be a sore subject for people, and that is SNAP and EBT recipients. That Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, previously known as food stamps, it helps get food and healthy food into the homes and bodies of families that may be struggling, especially with everything going on during this pandemic. It's been really stressful. And so a lot of people don't know this, that SNAP actually runs a program that allows you to not only buy food online and possibly have it delivered or picked up, but you can also purchase seeds and plants and things that bear food or will grow into food, roots, etc. Now, I know that this is a sensitive subject for some people because, let's just be honest, we've all heard the food stamp horror stories. But, I grew up in the system. Our family didn't always have food. Sometimes we had to go to public school to get the meals that we needed. Sometimes we only had what we had for a meal or 2 or 3 that day. There were not snacks. There was not extra. There was not a surplus. There was definitely a scarcity. And so it's really passionate about teaching other people how to garden and grow their food regardless of their income level. Now, if this is a triggering subject for you and you don't want to talk about people on SNAP and how to grow their own food, we love you. I really appreciate you stopping by. Please feel free to come back another time. This is definitely going to be a site where we want to build each other up, regardless of belief or circumstance. Now, as I said before, SNAP has a program, and I actually wrote some facts down about it just to kind of remember. Now, I've touched on this before, and I was talking to a family member and hey, did you know this? And they didn't. And so at the local food bank, we were really talking about how else can we help besides just distributing food. Hi, Larry. This is my oldest, Larry. And so one of the ways that we came up with is, hey, what about teaching people that you can actually purchase seeds and food with your SNAP benefits at local stores, especially big box stores like Walmart or Kroger's. And so it's really cool. Now, a lot of seeds, you can just even go to self-checkout. You do your normal checkout. You scan your seeds. This does not count for flower seeds. It really only applies to vegetables, root vegetables, fruits, watermelon seeds, carrot seeds, cherry seeds, you name it. I don't know why I said cherry seeds. I meant strawberry seeds. You name it. I've also read and been told, because I love doing research, that it does cover fruit-bearing trees, vines such as vines such as dewberries, which is basically just the Texas wild version of a blackberry. It covers grapes. It covers blueberries also. It covers a numerous amount of things. And actually, if you go to your local farmer's market, it's becoming more popular to have pick your own farms. They actually have a lot of options for using SNAP benefits and buying fresh produce, and you can even pick it yourselves. And sometimes they'll even waive the fee for you to pick these items. And I think that's really amazing, because there are a lot of people that are kind of stuck in limbo in that system, or they're on SSI or disability and you have a limited income and you would love to have the freedom to grow your own food or have certain foods, but it's really difficult. And so I saw that there wasn't a lot of resource out there, and I think that we should talk about it. And so one of the really cool things about SNAP is they launched this pilot program, not just for getting seeds and food and buying it and growing it yourself, but they also launched a pilot program for online food. So you can actually, in 48 states, purchase food online through different retailers. Now, I'm going to link it below so that you can kind of go look it out for your own state. But I'm from Texas. So in Texas, for sure, we have Amazon and Walmart that you can buy offline for, and you can have it shipped to your house, and that also includes Amazon Fresh or Market. as long as you have a purchase of $35 or more. I think that's really cool. I think it gives a lot of people that don't have access to things or can't leave their house because of the pandemic, or because maybe you have a disability, or you're not home because you're working hard, maybe you're a single parent. There are just so many things out there, so many obstacles people face, and so this is a really amazing program. Amazon will just mail it straight to your home address, your work, wherever you specify, and I really just encourage you to try it out. I know that it gets scary and hard to go out there and experiment and buy seeds, especially when you have a limited income. You don't have a lot of money to experiment with food or try it, because if you mess it up, you don't eat. And I've been there, and it's terrifying. So I'm here to say, hey, let me mess up my food for you. Now we're in just a little bit better place. Let me show you how to grow things, show you what works for us, show you what didn't work for us, show you our heartache, and hopefully that helps you. Now, as I said, in 48 states, they're currently, as in February of this year, 2021, it was in 48 states. Now, I looked on the website, and it actually showed Alaska as currently having the pilot program, which is really cool. And I have it written down here because I will forget. I forget everything. That Guam, Louisiana, Montana, and the U.S. Virgin Islands don't currently participate in the SNAP online purchasing program, but Louisiana and Montana are working on it. So currently Louisiana and Montana are the two of the 48 states that aren't quite there yet. Now they're working on it. Now this was back in late February. Things could have changed since then. It's now late April. But Alaska was definitely on the list. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not able to go buy seeds, sprouts such as potatoes, any of that. You absolutely still can. It just doesn't work for Amazon or Walmart. I know some places even include Aldi, Kroger's, and various smaller chains. When I say smaller chains, Aldi's actually a pretty established chain, but it's smaller than what people think about when they think of Walmart. You can actually go purchase food at your local 7-Eleven, all sorts of things, whatever you have available to you. And if you go to your local Walmart and you go to check out the seeds or the fruit-bearing plants and or vegetables, even the mint that you have growing in the little cellophane bags at your local store, that's included. You can actually bring a live growing mint plant home, check it out. There you go. You have mint in your kitchen, even that is included, and I think that's really amazing. Now, if you go check out and it's not working, it's not letting you check out these items, just politely call for management. And a lot of managers are actually trained to know, like, these things are what they are allowed, and this is how to do it, and they can override it and enter it in and really help you out. So I really encourage you just to get out of your comfort zone and find whatever works for you and work for this program. And I appreciate you taking the time to kind of get to see what's going on here. And I can't wait to kind of get out there and show you the garden and really show you the trial and errors that we go through fixing up our house, and the challenges that we go through with our youngest having a disability and us being on a limited income, and kind of what works for us and how we're trying to better ourselves and better our future, and hopefully what will work for you. So if the rain and the weather lets up later today, I'll get outside and start kind of filming and show you some of the really cool plants that I'm trying to start. I say trying because the weather is absolutely insane here. One day it's in the 50s and 40s and damaging my weather-sensitive, cold-sensitive plants, and one day it's 80-something degrees and I'm pouring sweat in shorts and a tank top. So if you see me later on in the same exact clothes, just know that the weather cleared up long enough before it got dark for me to show you. So I thank you. I bless you. I greatly appreciate you joining to kind of learn with us.